Awesome.
Well,
All right.
cool.
We'll see Brian, Heather, Jonah, Cody. Welcome to the call.
Yeah, we got a bunch going. I could see we got a bunch of people on the group too. So as they
Perfect.
post messages, or questions, I'll um, try to jump in here and navigate all of them. I need more screens is what I need. But yeah, man, super excited to have you here. I was doing some promos earlier talking about when we were way back in the day when Investor Lift first came out, we were wholesalers here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the only way, literally the only way that we could have ever scaled out and gone nationwide to where we were doing 20 plus deals a month was because of Investor Lift. I mean, and it was, in its infant stage way back then, nothing
Yeah,
compared to what it is now. So yeah, I definitely wanted to jump on and kind of go through some of the features, and we could definitely talk about posting deals and any advice we have there. And then, kind of maybe wrap up with a little sneak peek at some of the AI cool stuff that you guys have just released.
awesome. Awesome. All
Yeah.
right. So I want to get a bit of a sense of where we're at starting out.
Hmm.
Um, if you guys are already using InvestorLift, put a yes in the chat. If you're not using InvestorLift, put a no in the chat.
Perfect. Cool. Guys, this is audience participation. Otherwise, we're going to make you turn your camera on and raise your hand. So, gosh forbid. So, yeah, definitely let's be active in the chats. Guys, if I like to say if you can't do that, you'll have a hard time talking to buyers and sellers. So, we're all friends here. We're just the reason I got David to come on here and he's super busy is, I wanted to show you guys, and especially for our clients, how you can get more of your deals sold, right? How you can get them sold, easier and faster so that, we can start to spin the wheel of your business quicker and quicker. So,
For sure. So on the Zoom chat, Jonah says not yet. Cody
mhm.
says no. Brian says no. What are the other chats saying, David? Can you see?
Yeah, I've got a couple of yeses, used to, and yeah, then no. So it looks like the bulk of the people, have not, which is crazy to me because InvestorLift is such a big part of our world. But yeah, we're gonna talk to a bunch of new people today.
Awesome. I'm gonna have the easiest sales pitch in the world for you guys today,
Hmm.
because Investor Lift, you can start using it today for free.
Love it.
So it doesn't get better than that. So we have just released the light version of Investor Lift. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So if you guys just go to investorlift.com and you guys go to post a deal, actually, let me just log out of my account so I can show you guys what it will look like for you guys. So when you guys go to investorlift.com and you guys click the post a deal at the top right corner here, and it will take you to this page. What you want to do is click the light. You'll sign up. Basically, you'll put your name, email, login information, and then you can start using InvestorLift right away. So this is called the light version. It has a lot of the features that a paid subscription will do, but it's going to be a really good start for you guys to start playing around with it, connecting with buyers to the platform, post your deals, and get a sense of what InvestorLift is about. So go ahead and click on that post a deal, sign up for the light, so you guys can all start using InvestorLift today.
Cool. Yeah, and if you guys are online, if you want to do it kind of as we're going along, that is cool too. But yeah, I'm ready. Let's talk about it.
Awesome. So I'm sure that some of you have used InvestorLift before. Some of you guys are already using it. Some of you have never heard of InvestorLift, maybe. But to give you a good sense of what InvestorLift is, we are a disposition platform. We're a marketplace where you can post your off-market deals, and buyers will come in here and they will, basically shop at the area that they're looking for, just like Zillow or anything else. They'll be clicking into your property and they'll start making offers. The difference between MLS and InvestorLift is that, we don't have month, 2 months, 3 months to wait for the best offer possible. We're wholesalers, meaning that we sometimes need a property gone and buyer found in like 5 days.
Yeah.
And that's what we're all about at InvestorLift, being able to connect the dots between you and the right buyer as quickly as possible. So let's log into InvestorLift and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Verify, keep things secure. Okay. So InvestorLift.
So guys, one of the great advantages of this, when I was using just an off-the-shelf CRM before InvestorLift came along, and it really didn't have the capability to, as we went into different markets, kind of really segment, these properties are in Charlotte, these are in Huntsville, these are in, Virginia Beach, right? And that was one of the things that I loved about InvestorLift too, that it gave me a place and we'll definitely talk about how to do a good property listing, but that I could send my buyers, right? And then they could see this and then other properties that were available, right? Because if you're going to run a real business and people are going to trust you, and we are in the trust economy now, you've got to look like a legitimate business. And these guys have already built it all out. It's literally, this half of the business in a box for you, where yeah, you can post your deals, you can look professional, get all the information, send them there so they can make a decision to buy these deals.
100%. And that's why on InvestorLift, you can have all the information that the buyer could ask for in one place. Things like comps, the details of the property, you can put it in here. You can have photos, videos, even 3D walkthroughs of your property, and documents like inspection reports and contracts and floor plans. Basically, we're giving the buyer all the information that they need to uh, make a educated offer, or I guess for them to push them to make an offer as soon as possible. And like David was saying, it's basically all in one platform where you can do your marketing on here as well. So this one is not an available property. And the marketing aspect of things, the reach that you will have will be dependent on which plan that you're on. So on the light version, we have all the way to cartel plan, where it comes with different number of buyers on your list. And depending on how many buyers are on your list, you'll be able to send them a direct email and text to bring them on to your posting.
Right. Guys, the most valuable thing that we all have in our wholesale business is our buyers list, right? That is literally the lifeblood of your company, because we need to get this deal in front of people, right? This is the trick. This is what we do in dispositions. Obviously, our job is to sell the deal. So how quickly can we get, what we're selling in front of everybody who is a qualified buyer, today? So like David said, what we want to build out this description is, I want to give, very similar to what he said. I like to say, if my property is in Alabama and I have a buyer in California, I want to give them every bit of information that they could, possibly need, so that sitting on the couch, they can make a decision to purchase. I know he's going to talk more about pictures and video here in a minute, but even just as far as text, right? Don't be lazy. Pull all the information from Batch or PropStream or, list source or wherever you're getting your stuff, but beds and bath and square footage and two-car garage and total square footage and size of the lot. Is the lot level? Is it a corner lot? What are the schools? What are the taxes, right? Every bit of information, because one thing my friend Robert Wensley says, who owns InvestorLift, if somebody leaves your site to go look for information someplace else, only a 50-50 chance that they are ever going to come back. So we want to keep them here for just as long as possible. So really take a lot of time building out your property description. This is literally your storefront. Title, I think that's still the subject line that goes out, right? Is the
That's
title.
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So you want a good, catchy title, right? We're all inundated. You guys can't see my screen, but I have 31,000 unread emails in my system, which probably makes some people twitch. But we're all busy. All of our buyers get a lot of emails every day. So it's got to be something that really catches attention. I tell people, I was 50 years old sending out emails, and I was embarrassed at how important emojis were in my life.
Yeah.
But that color, and those little icons, they draw people's attention. So, you can have another great investor deal, must sell quick, or you could have, hey, psst, I buried the purple dragon under the red doghouse on the blue hill. People are going to open that shit up. I don't care, right? Like, you're the first step in all of your marketing is making sure you get this thing opened when it goes out as an email. So that's super important. But yeah, good description, good call to action. Tell people how they're going to make money on it. All of these buyers are super, super busy, right? So tell them, hey, you can rehab it. You know, it's a medium rehab. This is what you can make. This is a rental. This is what your cash flow could be. Here's the, rent's low. Here's what, erenter.com says rent should be, or here's what your short-term rental income could be. So, right, give them all the information, show them good pictures, and then tell them how they can make money. And then you got to give them a good call to action. Hey, the last deal in this area sold in 48 hours. Don't miss it. Call me, text me. Let's talk today.
Yeah, 100%. Really great insight. I just like to imagine, if when I'm writing the descriptions, I like to imagine being on the phone with my sister or brother and say, hey, you
Yeah,
should pick this deal up. And
right.
then she's going to say, why? Why should I buy this?
Mm,
Then whatever I say next is usually what I want to put in the description, right?
perfect.
And
Love it.
I don't want to go too deep into the training or account management for you guys, since a lot of you are not using Investor Lift. We do have a dedicated training call every Wednesday at dispoday.com. So it's a free webinar for anybody who wants to join. Uh, Make sure that you guys go register here. Our CEO Robert runs these calls every Wednesday, and we go through, hey, how do we use the platform? Which buyer should we talk to? How do we find the best buyers on Investor Lift? We actually take a deal live and we sell it during the call. So we're going to see all the way from posting to marketing to talking to buyers and actually generating an offer, the full set. Some of you may have never even done that all the way through on a platform. So it'd be great for you guys to come out and watch. So the next one is going to be, of course, next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Again, you guys can go to dispoday.com, register, and come out to the free training, right?
So, guys, that's amazing. This is literally the only software provider I know that is, willing to put their money where their mouth is and jump on and do it. Guys, you're welcome to go see this, but I'm telling you, they've been doing it for a year. Every single week, they're on there selling houses in a couple of hours. So, if that's what you want, and maybe you don't, maybe you're not. Maybe you're just, you're in this for the hobby. You're just checking out another free video. That's cool. We'd love to have you, and we're going to give you as much information and education as we can. But, if you're serious about this business, or your, New Year's resolution or goal or whatever was to be, hey, I'm going to 5x my company this year. I'm tired of messing around. I really want to get serious about this. Well, then, guys, you have to sell your deal. Naturally, hopefully you're working with us already on the easy transaction side. We'll get your deal closed, but you got to get a buyer for these deals. And there are a lot of pretender companies out there that, kind of little bit do dispo, but all of them just have one little small piece. Nobody has been able to put it together like Investor Lift.
Yeah, and it's one thing to hear, hey, Investor Lift works, another thing to see it.
Yeah, so
Uh,
cool.
Sometimes we sell our deal so fast, people think it's staged. But some weeks we make like 15 calls, nobody picks up. You
Yeah,
know, it's sales, right? You can't really predict what's going to happen. But coming out to see that process is going to really help you.
hmm,
Seeing Robert being on calls and handling objections, getting the buyers through the sales process, it's going to help you guys anyways. Even if you guys do not decide to use InvestLift for whatever
yeah,
reason, the call scripts and the way that he does the dispo sales is going to be very, very valuable for you guys. Okay.
100%.
So what I want to do for you guys is to give you a really good overall, what is InvestorLift about? Why the heck should I sign up? Why should I use it? Uh, Number one, it's free. Number two, you're going to get more eyeballs on your property just by posting it. So I want to show you guys a feature called AI Autoblast. Now, we just released this about a month ago. And what we saw is that properties that use AI Autopilot to send out marketing has on average $5,000 more per assignment per deal.
Hmm.
So just by sending it out to the AI Autopilot, you're going to be making more money on your deals. The reason is, I'm sure that you guys use things like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah,
When you first create a new account, they show you a bunch of random videos because they don't really know you. But as you start watching more videos and liking videos and subscribing to some channels, they start putting together your interests. So when you go back to your recommended videos, now you're going to see a bunch of football videos or your dog videos, whatever you're interested in. And they built that algorithm. They spent millions of dollars building that algorithm because at the end of the day, they want to sell you stuff, right? They'll send you targeted ads for dog toys or F-150, new F-150 or whatever you're interested in. We do the very same on Investor Lift. You know, buyers, when they submit their own buy box, it's crap. Because what they would do is they will put their dream property as their buy box. It's like, I want 50% ARV built after 1975, 3-2 and above. I want it in Atlanta, Georgia, within a 1 mile radius of downtown, right?
Yep.
It's like, wouldn't anybody want that,
Yeah.
right? But if we go based on their buying history and buyer activity on Investor Lift, for example, imagine a buyer spends on average 1 minute and 26 seconds on a posting. But on a 3-bedroom versus a 2-bedroom, they spend more time and look at more pictures. Okay, the AI start thinking this guy's more into 3-bedroom versus a 2-bedroom. He looks at deals within 3 mile radius of the city limit, a little more than rural areas, or vice versa. Location, property type, deal type. This guy looks at buy and hold, sends inquiries and address requests on buy and holds versus flip, fix and flip. So we can start building out their buy box very accurately through our AI algorithm. And
Guys, the magic there is, we don't want to send out 100,000 emails because you're going to spend a bunch of time talking to people who aren't the right buyer and they're just calling you because they have nothing else to do. Or, oh, it's a purple house. Geez, I'm only looking for red houses. So the brilliance here and what they've done is literally just, curated a list of buyers who are looking for exactly what you've got. Right. So that's why these conversations go so quickly, so well. And this is why these properties are selling so fast. Could you send out 100,000 emails? Sure. Cool. You could do all this without InvestorLift. You could go to PropStream, download, the top 800 buyers and pay to skip trace them, and then, load them into your dialer that you're gonna pay for, to your texting. You could do all of it the hard way, or you could let AI do it and, get this thing moved out a lot quicker so that you can get on to your next deal. And this is again how you spin the wheel of your business faster and faster and faster.
yeah, 100%. I have to agree with David. The worst thing about dispo sales is talking to the wrong buyers, right? Everybody gets so caught up in how many emails they're sending and how many buyers they're reaching out to, texting,
Yeah.
emails. Who cares?
Hmm.
I don't need 100,000 buyers. I need one buyer who'll pay me the most.
Right.
And just like any leads, like, you guys are pretty familiar with seller leads. Let's say you guys run a PPC, have 100 seller leads. It's not going to be 100 contracts and turn into 100 closings,
Yeah.
right? Maybe 1 in 10, 1 in 15, 1 in 8, depending on how good your sales skills are, but also the quality of the lead. You'll be able to put them under contract and maybe close
Hmm.
60, 48, whatever percentage of closing you guys have on your contracts. And that's
Hmm.
how sales go. And on the buyer side, it's very similar, right? But the lead quality, the buyer lead quality is what really makes that difference between how many buyers do I have to talk to until I can generate an offer.
Right.
If I
You know,
talk to,
good.
yeah, if I talk to a bunch of irrelevant buyers, that number is going to be huge. Maybe every 50 buyers I talk to, I get one offer.
Hmm.
But if you go targeted, maybe every 5 buyers you talk to wants to make an offer.
Yeah. Guys, the business has changed so much. And I tell people all the time, I started this in 2002. Probably, David, were you even born in 2002?
I was.
Barely, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, a big buyers list was very important, right? And I'm not saying you don't want a big buyers list, but I mean, think about this. It was like a pile of hay, and someplace in the middle there was a needle, and I had to literally pull every piece of hay until I got to the needle. Now it's like you're just coming with InvestorLift with this huge magnet and swoop, sucking out the needle. Like you're getting right to the heart of things. So yeah, there are, 5 or 6 million buyers in the system, but we just want to look at the ones who have looked at this type of property. Think of the power that that's giving you. That is not available anyplace else. I get it. A lot of people out there make a lot of claims, but I'm here to tell you, man, I talk to everybody in this industry, and there is only one company doing it, and that's InvestorLift.
Yeah. And, at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers, right?
Yeah.
All AI stuff, algorithm, who cares? I want to know if I send this out, am I closing more? Am I closing faster? Am I making more money?
Yep.
So if I click this button here, it's basically going to put together all the buyers who are the best match for this property. For this
Hmm.
demo deal, I have about 414 buyers. All I really have to do is click submit and it'll send it out. And on the data side, guys, I'm going to show you some numbers about the AI Autopilot. One thing about AI Autopilot, guys, as well, it's not available on the free version. It's available from Pro subscription all the way to Cartel. The
Mm.
price per deal would change based on the plan that you're on. If you're interested in upgrading, you can always reach out to our sales team and we'll walk you through the plans and pricing together.
Cool. And I'll drop a little link here for you guys for that too.
Yes, use David's link to book a meeting with us. Our sales team, very knowledgeable in wholesaling and dispo. So if you guys have any questions using InvestorLift or just disposition in general, feel free to reach out. So this is the AI Autopilot. So in January when we released it, on average, $22,425,000 or dollars was the average assignment fee on InvestorLift. With AI, the deals that had sent out AI were seeing a $25,000 in average assignment, which is about a $3,000 delta between deals that's been sent out on AI and deals that haven't. And over the course of the month, you can see that the average assignment fee jumps up to 28,000, which is a 5K delta between the deals with AI and without AI. So this tells us two things. Number one, you're going to make an average 5K more per deal if you send it out in the AI. And the second thing it tells us is that the AI is getting better.
Yeah.
The nature of AI is that it's a learning program. So every time that it sends out the deals, it learns from its successes and mistakes. It reapplies that to the algorithm and gets better and better. So if you guys want to make a 5K extra per deal, make sure that you guys capture this AI auto blast on all your deals, so you guys don't miss out on potential buyers that are going to be paying more.
Guys, one of the ways that this AI is learning and growing so quickly is there's over 10,000 deals a month posted on InvestorLift. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount. Like, what does David? What does Robert say? It's more traffic than Fox. There's three websites. He's calculated, right? It gets more
Yeah,
daily traffic than three of the biggest websites in the world.
New York Post, CNN, and I forget the third one. Anyway,
I think
the
it was
three
Fox.
biggest, yeah, the
Yeah.
three biggest news websites.
Yeah. So guys, not only like you're going to post your deal and share that, you're going to email it out, you're going to use AI, right? But there are, thousands of other investors who are posting their deal, and all of those people are coming into the InvestorLift platform, right? From the customer side, right? So you're getting the benefit of just this amazing amount of data that's kind of, you know, correlating all in one place. So yeah, I mean if you're looking to win, this is definitely it.
Yeah, and the best part is we simplify that process, right?
Yeah.
So this is an example of an AI auto blast I sent out actually just right before the call, 4 minutes before this call.
Mhm.
And we sent out 129 AI blasts. We had 39 buyers come in. That's 30% click-through rate.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
We sent out another MMS with 22% click-through rate, 109 buyers come in. So
Mhm.
overall, in the course of the past 30 minutes, we have over 150 buyers that came in to check out this deal. And that's instant, right? You guys don't have
Wow.
to wait days for buyers to come check it out. And all those buyers will funnel into Artemis mode, where you'll be able to see, okay, what did they actually do on the posting? What type of actions did they take? So for example, Mel here came in, requested for the address, viewed images, clicked in and out of the posting 12 times, spent 22 minutes on the page. She probably made a call to the dispo manager talking about this deal.
Yeah, 12 visits to your link, and what'd you say, 20 minutes?
22 minutes.
That's a freaking buyer, guys. Like when you see that, you or whoever's on your team should be God, if you even have to tell them to pick up the phone, I don't know. I mean, you're doing it wrong. I'm just telling you. Pick up the phone, call these people. 20 minutes? Dude, we're not writing War and Peace here. Like this is somebody who's actually looking at it and going through their brain of, oh, here's how I'm going to fix this property up. It needs a new roof, whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, guys, you're not going to get that data anywhere. Like you just can't get it. This is the ultimate cheat code.
And Mel clicked in and out of the posting 12 times,
Yeah.
right? Meaning that she's opening up Zillow, opening up comping tools to run her numbers. This is basically a very, very hot lead that I can work with and get her across the finish line.
Yeah.
Same thing with Marvin. Like all these buyers that you see on here are
Hmm.
going to be a really hot inbound lead. You're going to also work with outbound leads as well. So another really good cool thing about Artemis Mode is that your property is right there. On Investor Lift, there's been a bunch of properties that have been posted nearby. And if somebody made an offer on a property right down the street, the chances are they're going to be interested in having a look at your property right across the corner. So this list also shows me all the buyers that are going to be um, investing in the area. Very hot outbound lead. Now, Sean here is on the pro plan, so he doesn't have full access to it, but he can unlock each buyer for $1. Of course, starting with a Falcon plan, this entire list will be unlocked.
Nice. Guys, let me tell you what I used to have to do in the old days, David. You're going to laugh, man. Buyers would call me when I would list a property and I would store them in my phone. It'd be like, Matthew, Rawlings Street. So then I would have to remember when I got something on Appling Street, I'm like, oh, that's 2 streets away. Let me go look at all the people that I had tagged who even just called me on Rawlings Street. This is a list of people who put in offers on properties just like this in this neighborhood. My God, it doesn't like you can't get hot and ready buyers any faster than that, right? These are
Yeah.
people who've already raised their hand and say, "Hey, I want to buy in this area." So it's none of this nonsense of like, "Oh, I don't buy there. I only want this area." Like, my God, it's the most concentrated list of real buyers, right? This isn't some just shitty scraped, list from somewhere that someone threw some names at and like, "Hey, in this county here 2,000 buyers," and you're going to waste your time calling all 2,000. The whole goal and everything that Robert and his team are doing over here at InvestorLift is how do we compress time? How do we get these deals sold faster and faster and faster so you could take that profit, put it back into your business, do more marketing, and just start doing more and more and more and more deals.
Yeah. And I completely agree with David. It's really about the quality of the buyers,
Yeah.
right? Uh, lot lot of the buyers on InvestorLift are coming actually from a feature called God Mode, which is you'll actually have full access to this on the free version as well. So if you guys have a deal right now and you guys are stuck, you can't find the buyer for your deal, go to InvestorLift, sign up for the free version, use God Mode. So God Mode, how it works is it basically looks at every single tax record of properties that's been bought and sold in the area, and it's already filtered out for flips and buy and hold as well. So, for example, this property here is in Memphis, Tennessee. I want to look at all the flippers who have done deals in the area. This is a minor flip, so I'm going to look at people who have previously bought in that 50 to 80% ARV range, the buyers who have bought in the past, let's say a year, so I can see the most recent transactions, and it will instantly give you a list of all the buyers who have done flips in the area. So for example, yeah, we can take any of these buyers here. How do we know these are flips? Well, it's pretty simple if you look at the tax record. The Icon Investor Group, they bought a deal here at 133 Walnut Street. There's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,700 square foot. They bought it in April for 210. And they sold it in September after about 5 months for 359. If something was bought at 200 and sold for 350 in 5 months period,
Sounds like a flip.
it's like a 99% chance that he's a flipper.
Yeah.
Or it could be the world's best short-term buy and hold
Yeah.
in the history, but probably a flip. right?
Right.
So what I can do here is I can just call this number in green right there, talk to the buyer and say, hey, I saw that you did a flip here at 133 Walnut Street. I got a flip opportunity to right down the street. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but I'm asking only for 130 and the ARV is going to be closer to 300. So cosmetic repairs, blah, 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 sales, sales, sales. Would you like to have a look?
100%. I mean, guys, again, cheat code, right? This is imagine being in high school and getting the teacher's edition book. Like you're literally just skipping to the end here. And if you're really smart when you get investor lift, your acquisitions people are using this as well and pulling up who the buyers are. Because what's the answer to the test? 210. The answer to the test is if your property is like this, apples and apples, you know what cash buyers are paying,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to have a list of 20 people who've bought, find the properties that match up, and that's the market price. Does that
Yeah.
make sense to you guys? I hope, because I mean, if you're paying attention, you actually wrote that down because this is, again, our hardest thing in as investors and in the acquisitions is figuring out what the right price is, right? So many deals don't close because we price them too high. We don't ask all the right questions. But if it was me and I saw 210, I'd start offering at 170. Hey man, it looks like prices like houses like yours in your neighborhood are going between 170 and 180. Would that work? And when they say yes, boom, now we got it.
100%. If I was an acquisition manager, when I'm talking on the phone, I would basically just put this deal. Um, let's see. We can actually just grab any address. It doesn't matter where you are in the country,
Hmm.
right? So let's see. Laurel
Does
Street.
anybody want to offer up an address?
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be
Cody, I
great.
know you got deals, man. Jonah, you just had a deal the other day you're looking at. Thomas, Byron, anybody? Throw it in the chat. Let's see what you got. Don't be shy. Nobody? Nobody wants us to look at selling their deal for them? All right, here we are. Cody, I knew
There we
you'd have
go.
something.
Where is this at, Cody? Milwaukee. Okay.
I thought,
Let's
thought
have
they
a
just
look.
made beer there. I didn't even know they had houses.
Perfect. So this one here looks like it's in a pretty major town. We just in the 3 mile radius, we have a lot of flip data. Um, so if I was trying to sell this deal like right away, I have a lot of buyers to work with. But what I really want to do is get to the buyers who are going to pay me the most for this deal as quickly as possible. So again, I'm going to go here, set my range in the filters. Of course, it doesn't have to be exactly what I put in. You guys can play around with it. You guys can even set bedroom and bathrooms, building square footage and stuff like that. But just off the bat, if I was an acquisition manager, this deal hit my spot and I'm going to be able to tell the ballpark range of where I need to be for this property. So for
Right.
example,
Yeah,
out
go
of
ahead.
the 182 properties that's been flipped in the area in the past year, we're seeing an average purchase price of 100K. This is what the buyers are paying you. So $65 per square foot, meaning that if I had a 2,000 square footage house in this area, I'm going to expect people to pay around that 130 range. Now, since this is an average price, of course, deal by deal, that's going to change. Maybe it's a cosmetic flip, it's in the more light rehab, maybe your price will be higher. If it's a major construction, the price will be lower. But if you're at 130, maybe 100 to 150, you're probably in the right range. But if you find yourself at 350, you're in trouble, right?
Yeah.
You're completely off. So
65, dude. You go, boy. So one of the amazing things about this is, when you're evaluating your property and you throw in the address and you see brrr, it looks like a dartboard that's been hit with a shotgun. That's good. Because what is that telling us? That's telling us that there are a lot of cash buyers. There's a lot of people that want what we have, right? So even to back up further, like this is a great market. Cody, how did you get this deal? Are you doing PPC there? What are you doing? So if you're going to pick a market, InvestorLift has amazing analytics and data. Like I don't cold call. You go, boy. Um, before you even go into a market, search and see if there are cash buyers. Do not be in the middle of Nebraska,
Yeah,
where it's a pond with, one guppy, a frog with three legs, and an outhouse, right? Nobody's going to buy your shit there, right?
yeah,
Let's spend our time in the areas where we have the highest, likelihood of getting this deal moved.
100%. Like sometimes you'll search up, like let's say you're in Neosho or one of these small towns, you put it into God mode and it
Ugh.
says zero. There has just been zero flips in the area. I mean, maybe if there's 10,000 people living in the town, you're
Yeah.
probably not that surprised. But are you going to get that deal sold?
Yeah.
Probably not. There's no flippers in the area. You almost
Yeah.
have to create one, right?
Hmm.
So this is going to be a tool that you guys can use both on disposition and acquisition. And again, it's completely free for you to use. Just go sign up on investorlift.com, post a deal. You guys can have access to this today for at no cost. I love using this tool because the buyers that I connect with through on this list is going to be really, really higher quality because we have the tax records to back it up. So these buyers, when I connect with them, I can actually see their flip history as well. So this is how we maintain such a high quality of buyers on InvestorLift is because we have their LLC information linked to the buyer profile. So if I go to Eric's flip history here, I can see that he's done 35 property transactions. He buys on average at 68, resells it for 112. He holds each property on average about 156 days. Looks like he's all over the main Milwaukee area.
Yeah.
These are all the flips that he's done before and exactly how much he paid for the deal, how much he sold it for. So we know that this is going to be a legitimate buyer.
Yeah. So Cody, I would go through that, kind of look through those properties, do the little Google Street View, find one that looks like what you've got. And then when you call them, hey, whatever his name was, Bob, what is it? Eric.
Eric.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Hey, I saw you did this deal over here at 123 Main Street. I've got one at 242 Oak. Hey, I'm actually 15 grand cheaper than that one you bought over there. You still looking for deals?
Yeah. Cody, here's a freebie for you. That's Eric's phone number. Give him a call after this webinar and see
Hmm.
if he wants to pick up your deal.
There you go. Boom.
And that's how it goes, right? I mean, sales process, you guys will still make phone calls, talk to the buyers. You at InvestorLift, what we can do is connect you with those buyers and say, hey, here are 10 buyers who did a flip in the area in the past 6 months. But what we can't do for you is actually call the buyer, sell them on the deal, and get to the closing. That's your job. So we can connect the dots, and your job is to make the sale. But we're gonna take out all the manual work that you guys been doing on the disposition side, skip tracing and cold calling, building buyers lists, talking to a cash buyer who's just bought a house for his family, right? And you get to actually talk to investors right away. Now, one of the big things that we focus on InvestorLift is the cash conversion cycle of your wholesale. I'd rather do 3 deals at 30K assignment in a month than do one deal that takes me 3 months to close at 90K.
Yeah.
Even though it's the same amount of money, if I make these deals go by faster, that's 90K in a month that I can reinvest back into my business. I can put it into marketing, right? PPC, PPL. I can hire people. I can hire cold callers, VAs, whatever you guys need at the moment. They all cost money. And the faster the cash conversion cycle, the faster you can put it back into your business so you can scale faster and faster.
I
And
love that. That's absolutely great because yeah, even running marketing and paying for software like it, there's a cost to it. Most of us are putting it on our credit card or our American Express. And the faster I can get that money back in and paid off, one, my credit gets lowered down or my credit, whatever usage or whatever goes down. But yeah, now I've got that money to fund the expansion and to fund the growth because we're all going to start out small. Everybody here that's on this call, I know a lot of you are doing deals. We all started at zero. So how quickly can we get these deals closed? This is what we focus on for you guys at ezREIclosings, the same thing. Once you've got the deal to a buyer, how do we get you guys paid just as quickly as possible? So, aligning yourself with the right systems and processes is what creates a system, right? You're not just leaving things up to chance. Oh, I posted it on Facebook. I sure hope it sells. Don't do that. I mean, could it sell? Sure. But, is it a guarantee, or is it even likely? No, right? Let's make sure that that we're doing everything possible.
Yeah. And in a smaller wholesale shop, right? You guys are usually a one-man team, two-man team, three-man team. Time is money. If you're on the Facebook marketplace or other, Craigslist or whatever, and you're talking to a bunch of daisy chainers and wholesalers all day, that's a time wasted that you could have put into acquisitions, put into building systems, right? So stop wasting time, stop wasting deals and falling out and wasting money. Get yourself connected to real buyers so you can keep doing it over and over again. I always like to end these webinars. Thank you, David, for setting
Oh,
this
yeah.
up. I'd
Appreciate it.
love to do a free giveaway for you guys.
Oh,
Thank you for
awesome.
joining the call. If you guys go sign up for the light version, it's completely free. I'd love to set you guys up with $250 worth of investor lift credits. This is going to be, you can use it for texting, buying buyers, email. There's all sorts of things you guys can do with this $250. I would love to set you guys up with a free 215 credits if you guys sign up. You guys can email me at david@investorlift.com. Again, that's david@investorlift.com. Just say, hey, David, great seeing you on the webinar today. Would love to get that 250 and get started selling deals on InvestorLift. Send me an email. I'll get you guys all set up. As a thank you for David for setting up this call. It's great connecting with you guys. Let's do some Q&A.
Yeah. Guys, any questions, anything that you want to talk about as far as building out your buyer listing, or how the AI works, or what Artemis mode was, anything you want us to clarify in there? Thomas, Cody, you got any questions? Just, you guys can just go ahead and unmute yourselves. And nope, we lost someone. All right. Oh,
I'm driving right now, David.
okay.
Hey, how you
No
doing?
problem, man.
I was just listening in. That's great. Of course, we want to know about the pro package.
Sure.
That's what's on top of my mind right now. But
Yeah, the pro package, if I saw it correctly, it's 500 a month.
Yeah, so it's 500 a month paid annually. There's also a quarterly plan for 2K a quarter. This one's going to start you off with the AI Auto Blast. It's going to get you some credits. It's also going to come with um, 1,000 buyers in your market. So as soon as you sign up, you say, hey, David, I want 1,000 of the top buyers in Houston, Texas, and you got it.
Nice.
Meaning that when you market to these buyers, these 1,000 buyers will be for free, right? Sending them emails, 1,000 emails, free, 1,000 texts, whatever the texting cost is, $5 or whatever. And then you'd be set to go.
Cool.
okay.
Thomas, what market are you in, man?
I'm in St. Louis. I'm actually I'm in contact with Heather right now about a project I'm doing. You might have heard
Oh,
about it.
cool. Okay. She doesn't tell me everything sometimes.
Oh, well, I don't want to take up your webinar about that, but
Yeah.
anyway, good to meet you, man.
Yeah, you too, man. Yeah, I've seen your name a bunch, so good to finally connect with you.
You too.
Cool.
I'm on my way to Cedar Rapids.
All right, drive safe.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Well, if you guys have any other questions that we didn't cover today, like Thomas, thanks for bringing it up. If you have any questions about the paid subscriptions, like what the pricing is, what does it come with? I know it can be a little bit confusing when you first get started on Investor Lift. There's a lot of features. Cody says he just posted his first property. Congratulations. You guys can do it for free, right? This is not this is a no-brainer for you guys. If anything, it's just another avenue for you guys to connect with more buyers. So go ahead to investorlift.com, sign up today, send me an email at david@investorlift.com, say, David, give me my 250, and I can set you up, and you guys will start connecting with buyers today.
Awesome. Sounds good. Guys, again, if you're serious about, growing this business and even just making it easier, because let's be honest, it's hard enough as it is. Investor Lift is the only platform on, kind of that backside of our business where you can really just implement it and just really start to pour gasoline on the fire. And, again, when we were just here in Chattanooga, that was the only way that we could grow. And what we had, the version of Investor Lift back then was, I don't even know if it's honestly, it's more like the free version now. We were paying a lot every single month for it. So these guys continue to innovate. They're incredibly focused on their clients and making sure that you're successful. David, cannot thank you enough. Investor Lift did so much for our business. I'm always just the biggest cheerleader for you guys and everything you're doing.
Awesome. Thanks, David. Great meeting everybody. Have a great one, and hoping to get some emails from you guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.